Well, Muppets Most Wanted looks actually good. Better than Smurfs 2, I can certainly tell you that. And what the heck? Angelina Jolie in Maleficent? What exactly is that going to cover? What twist is it going to be on a classic? What twist do they attempt now, Disney? Now, one important thing to note about this movie, if you're seeing it in theaters, there's a crude, rude black and white intro, which also turns color. It's not for kids, and I can't believe Disney showed this. It's one of the old classic cartoons, one of the old classic Disney cartoons, but it's not meant for kids these days. And no, it's worse than Tom and Jerry. It's the old Bluto, and it isn't funny till the last seconds when they merge into our world. Speaking of violence, there is some violence in the movie, though no injury. So I don't know if you could even really call it violence. But there is a miniature battle and no injury in the actual movie Frozen. This movie feels of Tangled, and towards the end it feels of a Beauty and the Beast as well. So this is definitely a Disney movie. I will give it that. It felt like it was trying to be a classic. So anyway, the movie is introduced this with some Native Americans singing. Doesn't that rather fit with Brother Bear? One thing I do want to note about this review is I'll be doing it in 3 parts. No, I'm sorry, 4 parts. The non-spoiler review, the spoiler 1 review, spoiler 2, and spoiler 3. So I'll be splitting into the spoiler sections into 3 sections. The ones that aren't such a big deal, the ones that are a big deal, and the ones that are a really big deal. There is a lot of good and bad musical numbers in this movie. How's that work? Well, this movie did turn out to, despite all the previews I saw, turn out to be majorly a musical. Still, it does tend to work kinda, which is why this got a 7 out of 11 rating. Fade in the title through fantastic 3D snowflakes. The 3D came and went in this movie, but it had its moments, which is good. It's technically presented well. Surprisingly, my theater has done a great job of presenting its digital and 3D in great ways, at least for depth. Now it's English, but the song continues. As we're introduced to Elsa and Sven, our reindeer, apparently. And we're also introduced to, well, we're not introduced really to the guy who will come into play later. Did I mention a twist that keeps this movie alive? Much later on in the spoiler 2 section. Apparently, Elsa has the power of winter already. Anna is directly hit by Elsa, and I originally expected Elsa, who was being portrayed by the lady who played Elphaba. Her name is Idina Menzel. If you don't know that, yeah, I do. Great acting by Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell, by the way. Great acting. Anyway, I guess the trolls in this movie are wise. So they wipe her memory? How's that wise? And then there's another musical number. Okay, there's Kristen Bell ending it. So skip even further to Arendelle's coronation day. The parents have died now. They got lost in some storm out at sea. Princess Anna is up and raring to go, because after what's probably been a decade, she's taken this movie in a musical tow. You could tell now that it's Idina's voice, now that they've grown up. I hear Elphaba's voice in Elsa's, and I hear Kristen Bell's voice in Anna's. And then there's Prince Hans. Don't confuse him with the guy who's going to be with Sven. That comes into play later in the movie. I did that for a second. It's time for the first. Now it's time for them to open the gates for the first time in years. Then it's Anna and Hans. She has a birthmark she dreamt of a troll kissing her, she tells him. A little confusing here. Han starts joining in on the singing of our third musical number. This is the point I realized. This is going to be a musical. Wait, one date and then they want to get married. That doesn't make sense. And I can't believe that I didn't catch this. Something's not right here. But Elsa denies the marriage, and Anna says she must know why. And Elsa, having come out for the first time in years, says, "You don't know what true love is." And Anna asks, "How could you know what true love is when you've been locked away for a decade?" The emotions overwhelm her, and she can no longer control her power. And this is the point where everyone finds out her snow power, and everyone calls her a monster, so she is ran out of Arendelle. So it's Idina Menzel's turn in a song. It's so much like Wicked now, as we get Elsa's first song. But there is a major twist on the Snow Queen here. She's good, and this movie just got good. This is when I was like, phew, this is going to be another one of those weird cases where the movie seems good, but turns out not to be so. So did the animation get even better. So it's so realistic for an animated movie. So now what? Well, first, there's the kid next to me in the movie theater laughing his pants off. There are moments in this film that are funny. Well, there's still no snowman, but he does come into play very soon in the first spoiler section. Olaf, of course. And he does show up a little earlier in the movie, although not alive, before their memories are wiped. Or before Anna's memory is wiped. It feels so much like Tangled, as I said. And now, I don't want to go too much further. That's something new I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing 2 or 3 sections of spoilers and not try to spoil too much on the movie for me. So you've got the basics of the movie, you've got what I thought about it, and now we're going to go into spoiler section 1 of, it says 2, but I think I did 3. Spoiler section number 1. Sven and our newcomer Kristoff, played by Jonathan Groff, are in. There's still no snowman though, but there he is. No sooner do they introduce Kristoff that Olaf starts the 4th musical number, and this one is just so cheesy. It ruins the good ones. Then who is this creep? It turns out to be the Duke of Wellington. Huh. He sends 2 guys to join the search and destroy Winter, and destroy Elphaba. Sorry, that's all I keep thinking about. And destroy Elsa. Destroy the everlasting Winter and destroy Elsa. As the two sisters come face to face for the first time since Elsa came out, it's another musical number, a duet, and a good one. But it ends with everything worse than when Elsa finds out about the everlasting winter in Arendelle that she has caused. So now what? Again, I don't want to get into too much detail, so this is when I say spoiler, part 2 of 3. Anna gets hit by a blast, just like in the beginning of the movie, where in the head, the trolls were able to cure her, but now she has been hit in the heart. Anna is starting to turn white like before. Elsa is more trapped than Elphaba was. If you've ever seen Wicked, then you know what I mean by this. But I saw this part coming. The trolls are back in play. There's another corny musical number because they think that she wants to marry Kristoff. And this one's so corny. It's hiding the more important thing. That she rushed into the relationship with Hans. And they end up, when that's over, they get to the serious stuff, which is there's nothing they can do for her because she's been hit in the heart this time, and only true love's kiss can save her. And they think that's Hans, and seriously, do you really think Hans is going to be the one? But there is a big twist, as I mentioned, that I didn't see coming. And no, it's not that Hans is the true love kiss. You know that's going to be Kristoff. But it does have something to do with Hans. Okay, it's battle time. Darn, I was hoping this wouldn't happen. There is some minor violence here, but there are no injuries. No one really gets hurt. It ends with Elsa not dying, but instead being captured. She talks to Hans, who apparently is trying to help. Well, that's a fresh change. Yeah, Hans is going to be the... Wait, what? He's the bad guy? That was the big twist. Geez, I knew this kiss wouldn't work, but wow, he actually doesn't even attempt the kiss. He tells Anna he's not going to attempt the kiss because he doesn't truly love her. He just wants the throne. This is a totally different way to go, and this is ultimately what got this movie from a 6 to a 7. This is what kept this movie out of the dump. So he sentences Elsa to death, claiming that Anna has been killed. Olaf helps make an escape. And then we've got the final parts of the movie. And this is going to be my spoiler 3 of 3 section. So if you don't want to know how the movie ends, this is a great place to stop it. You know what the setup's going to be. You know why I got a 7 out of 11. But if you want me to spoil the movie, here we go. Spoiler 3 of 3. Kristoff and Sven turn around to help Anna, now nearly frozen. And now Elsa faces Hans, who says Anna is dead. The storm just stops all of a sudden. Then after saving Elsa's life, so does Anna. Yeah, the ending kind of moves pretty fast. Despite being told that Anna is dead, Anna comes into play, and Elsa sees Anna literally a minute later when she saves Elsa's life. Then Elsa saves Anna. This was another change that I didn't expect. So there were 2 moments in this movie I didn't expect. I thought for sure it was going to be Kristoff's kiss that revealed, oh, I'm your true love, I can cure you. But it's actually Elsa that saves Anna when she finds out that she truly loves, I guess, that love is the cure for all this winter. And I guess you could say true love or just love is the cure. Love turns out to be the way. Elsa's magic is undone. Hans gets punched out after the winter goes away, and then yes, there is a kiss from Kristoff. But of course, the damage has already been undone, so it's just a lover's kiss now. But it is a different way to present things. The Duke of Weaseltown, as he is called at this point in the movie, is informed there'll be no more trade with him. And it ends as you expect. The kiss, open gates, all is right. Which is why this movie can't go up to an 8 rating. Something I've been meaning to do is start asking the opinion of people outside of the movie. But I could tell you from the opinions of all the kids in this movie theater, they were repeating what the characters were saying. They were laughing in the middle of the movie during its funny moments, and it was very good. Very good, not good enough to get a 4-star rating, or a 9 or a 10 or an 11, certainly not an 11. Good enough to be over the passing rating of a 6 out of 10, and definitely better than a not passing rating of a 5 or below.